Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on QASP. This is a very popular chart and stock that's being chatted about quite a bit all around the internet. And then with today's news, it got some nice volume. With the nice news talking about securing financing, that was good to see. I know a lot of people are playing this one from a longer term perspective, so I believe that was one of the news things they're looking to see. But with this video, I'm not going to really concentrate too much on today's volume. I did get a bunch of requests on it today asking about, what my thoughts were after today's huge volume and so forth. I'll go out over that a little bit, but the main thing I'm going to point out is the bullish chart pattern that we're getting set up. Now, depending on your definitions, maybe you would consider the short term, medium term, long term. I don't know. For argument's sake, I'm just going to call this a short term to medium term bullish chart pattern that we're seeing shaping up. So let's just dig right in there. And the first thing I'm going to do for this chart pattern is take this low and connect it right there, and you'll see pretty much what happens. But by using these two lows, you can see that the price has bounced off this level numerous times. This is a very stubborn trend line, but stubborn in a good way, in the sense that the bulls just refuse to give it up. Every time the bears try to come in and push down through this line, the bulls have pushed it back up each and every time, and history keeps repeating itself, which is a good thing. So this line here will be our support trend line within the pattern. Now the other line that needs to be drawn is just simply the resistance line, and that one will be just like that. And as you can see, it acted as resistance there, these two spots, and basically today the price came up and got bounced off it once again. So because this is the resistance line, change this to red, and what we have here is a falling wedge. And if you go and Google falling wedge or whatever, you'll see that it is a bullish chart pattern, and it basically looks just like this. This is a very good example of what a falling wedge would look like. Like I said, depending on your time frame, I don't know what you would consider this. But extending the chart out, you can see that clearly we have this thing that looks like a wedge, and being that it is falling, that makes it bullish. Now, a rising wedge, you might think that would be a bullish pattern, but that's actually the bearish pattern. So falling is bullish, and a rising wedge would be bearish. But like I said, we do have a falling one here, which is what we want to see. Now, not to state the obvious, but we want to see a break to the upside of this line, which we're getting pretty close to. As you can see, this pattern is running out of room, so it's going to need to make up its mind here. And what I'm thinking is, with today's volume, a couple different scenarios. One, there's a big seller who finally just decided to put everything pretty much on the ask and offer it all out, and my guess would be wiped out. I mean, this was huge volume today. Haven't seen this much for months on end, besides these 2 days, but clearly one of the biggest volume days this stock has had. So if there's a big seller, I'd say they're probably pretty darn close to being wiped out. Another one could possibly be dilution, but I was talking with somebody and they told me that the transfer agent is ungagged, so that's an easy way to clear up that situation. Just call them up, and if the floats remain in the same, then it's not dilution. Or you always have the possibility of shorting, and if shorting's the case, that could really make any sort of move out of this pattern even more explosive. Obviously, with a break of this pattern, the higher the volume you see, because if this is a short, you want to be able to cause them to start to cover. So if you can get a day like this, or this, where you're breaking through this downtrend line, that would, in my estimation, probably be enough to cause the short to start to cover its position and squeeze them out. And that's, of course, that's if there is a short. I don't know what knocked the price down today, or just kept it pretty much even on the day. But something's going on here where there's somebody that's just wanted to get out, and today, like I said, probably wiped out the majority of his position. It's either dilution, but with an ungagged transfer agent, that's the easy clear up, or it could be some shorting. So those are kind of one of the three options. And if it is shorting, then it's just one of those things where the bulls are going to have to come and push through this trend line on some good volume. So let's say the price does get through this trend line. What is kind of a next goal or next landmark that you want to hit? And that is simply these two lines right here, this purple and orange. The purple is the 50-day, the orange is a 200. They're really close to each other. So with a break of this trend line, the trend line break would be confirmed, in my opinion, by getting some closes up above this level up here. There's always the possibility of a head fake, meaning a fake breakout. But if there can be some closes up above these two trend lines, then that would be, I think, good kind of confidence that this was a true breakout, and the price is ready to head back around. So that's kind of goal number 2 on the list. The trend line's goal number 1 to get through. Then you have these moving averages for goal number 2. And then real quick, wanted to pull up the weekly chart. And you can see once again the weekly chart showing the same exact pattern of the falling wedge. And with a break of that, things could really get moving here on the weekly chart, as the 200-week moving average isn't up here until a little over 3 cents. So basically what I'm saying is lots of upside room on the weekly chart here if the price can push through and break out to the upside of this pattern. So if there are any other questions on the chart, let me know. But overall, for the longer term to medium term, whatever you want to call this time frame, the chart is in this bullish chart pattern. So we'll see what happens next week, and see if the bulls can get up through this trend line. But if there are any other questions, please shoot me a message. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the newsletter, you'll be sent the free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. And with your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something there for everybody. And best part is it's all free, so it's worth at least checking out. One more time, this was QASP. Thanks for listening, and have a good weekend.